Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMom Secrets podcast. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie, and we're going through the compound effect with this little dude. Oh, cute. All right, good morning. I didn't realize his head was sticking out of it's a pen. All right, it's going to be a great day. I just feel it. I'm going to make it a great day. We are going through the compound effect. It's a book that we've been going through for a little over a week. If you're brand new, I'd love for you to post a new below. In general, the KetoMom page is about a lot of different things. So if you're looking for recipes, if you're looking how to get started, if you're looking for mindset, if you're looking for trial packs of ketones, whatever it is, you can go to ketomomsecrets.com. You can ask your questions below. You can send me a message. Good morning, everybody that's popping on. And today we're going to dive into it's interesting. We went through a book a while ago called The Power to Change by Craig Groeschel. And he talked about the who before the do. If you go to ketomomsecrets.com and you click on book club, you can go through all of the books that we've done in the past. Now, this book that we're going through is just this, the compound effect. Good habits that you have or not good habits compounded over time will get you a result. You might love the result that you're getting or you might not like it, right? But either way, you're getting results. You're getting results because of the choices that you make every single day. Now, the beginning, so we are in the middle of chapter 3, and we've talked on this page before. If you've never done it, he basically says this: get out a notebook, write down, like if your goal is to get healthier, get out a notebook for the next couple weeks and write down everything that you physically put in your mouth. If you go to the gym or make an excuse, like everything that has to do with your health and fitness gets written in this notebook. Same for finances. If you want to save money or get out of debt, everything that you physically spend or save, you put it in this notebook. Same for relationships. If you're working at a better marriage, every word that you say or thing that you do towards your spouse, you put it in your notebook. The point is to, number one, you need to have an awareness of where you're currently at. Yesterday, I was coaching somebody on a lot of different things, and there's a lot of things we had to talk about. But the first thing was, I said, hey, you have an awareness around all of these things. That's great. If you didn't have an awareness, then you really, if you can't sit back and do something that I'm going to tell you to do in a second, then you really need to take some time to figure out why you are where you are today. Also, at the same time, as I was coaching this person, I said, hey, don't see something worse than it is. I hear all of the things that you're saying, and some of it's true, but you're also you're downward spiraling into the most negative space ever, and it's really not that bad. It really isn't. So when I'm walking somebody through something, if they ask me for advice, I'll say, don't see it worse than it is. Here's where you're actually at. Here's some things that can help make it better quicker, right? So as we're diving in, he says this. He goes, all right. He says, who you have to become is basically we're setting goals, we're writing things down in a notebook, and then he says, I want you to ask yourself this question, and this goes back to the book of The Power to Change that we've gone through. Incredible book. Everybody should read the book, The Power to Change. He says, who do I need to become? If you want to have more, you have to become more. Success is not something that you pursue. What you pursue will elude you. It can be like trying to chase butterflies. Success is something you attract by the person that you become. So for example, if you are wanting to get healthy, you would say something like, I see myself being that healthier person. And when you say that and you see it, back up, reverse engineer as you're making choices throughout the day in and day out, you'd be like, oh, who do I want to become? I want to become that healthy person. That's what the book, The Power to Change, is all about. It's the who before the do. You need to focus on who you want to become, who you're striving after to be. And as you figure out who that is, it helps you make those decisions. Because if you want to be a healthier mom or a healthier dad or a stronger athlete, or you want to be a fit whatever, if that's who you truly want to become, then as we make decisions going forward, we're going to go, I want to become that person. Would me, as that person in the future, choose this decision right now? Would me being the best, healthiest mom in the future choose to binge on Debbie snacks or choose to skip the gym? Would that person choose all of these things? It should help you make better decisions. Does that make sense? All right, so hold on, let me skip forward a little bit. All right, he goes, what stands between you and your goals is your behaviors. And so on this live, if you're watching live, in the comment or the header of this video, I said it's you with the arrow. You are, and it says choices plus behaviors plus habits plus compounded equals your goals. It's your decisions plus your actions plus your repetitive actions, right? Compounded over time is what you have today. This is what I wrote down. I like little visuals like this because I think it's super important to be like, all right, why am I at where am I at today? Why am I here? What has got me here? It's this, right? It's your choices. I think we can all agree that it's your choices. Listen, we're not blaming anything from the past or anybody. Your choices, your actions, your repetitive actions, good or bad, compounded, which is over time, is the reason you're at where you are today. And you can change it by going, who do I actually want to become? Who do I want to be, right? And then we're going to have to start having an awareness around the things that you're doing so that we can break off some of the old habits that aren't serving you. And you first have to have an awareness of it. So he goes this. He goes, this is why it's so important, and this is why he, the author, I, asked you to start tracking things. I said, figure out first, what do you want? Start tracking everything that pertains to that goal. So then he basically says this, listen, all of it is super important. He had a friend that came to him, and his friend said, listen, I don't have any time. I have no time. I don't have time to do that. And he told his friend, I want you to track every single thing that you do with your time. And he physically looked at his friend's time. And he found out that his friend was spending like ridiculous amounts of hours listening to garbage. And it was like, he talks about all the things like 35 minutes here, 45 minutes here, 5 minutes here, checking and rechecking, whether it's social media or the news or the TV. And he's like, you spend way too much time trying to find all the information you want to find in a day. So he boiled it down to, hours and hours. And he says, hey, let me help you. Let me help you take all of these 3 to 5 hours of wasted time in your day and condense it to 20 minutes. What are you trying to figure out? Not wasted time on screen time or wasted time, but like he just wanted to read the news. He's like, use this one app, not 15 apps. Does this make sense? So he basically says this, one small, simple change in a habit, one giant leap forward in balancing his productivity. So he looked over his friend's notebook and he said, if you're open to a suggestion, here's what you could do. I would say for you, that's what you get to do if you're really working towards change and breaking down some bad habits. Here's what he said. He goes, one of the biggest distractions. Oh my goodness, my nose is always so tickly on here. We have an incredible ability, you could say a gift, some would say it's not a gift, in having access to everything at our fingertips. You're watching me right now, right? So we have direct access 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days to learn, to watch other people, but it also can be a distraction. He said it's the number one thing that keeps people from productivity. And so I often tell people, use social media as a tool. And if you find yourself scrolling or like comparing or getting frustrated or watching somebody out of spite, but you're still watching them, you have to find people that you want to watch to learn from, but almost shut everything else off for a while. If this that you're watching and what you're consuming is distracting and keeping you for hours and hours of not doing the things you need to do to hit your goals. Does that make sense? Super important. So he dives down to this crazy, insane productivity sucker, talks about social media, talks about the awareness of what people need to have. And so he basically says, all right, now that you have the awareness of these things, write down your 3 goals. But he goes, I need under the 3 goals that you're going to write down, I want you to actually write down all of the bad habits that sabotage the progress for you. So I want you to, in that notebook, write down your goals, right? Write down 3 goals that you want to achieve. If you want to, just do 1. I want some fat loss. Now, underneath in your notebook, you need to write down everything that sabotages your progress in that area. Everything, right? He goes, habits and behaviors never lie. If you are working on, let's say you want to lose weight, he goes, that's great. If you want to lose weight, write it down. Write down the things that sabotage you. And he goes, if I see Dorito crumbs on your fingers, I'm going to believe the Dorito crumbs, not your notebook, or that you wanted to get healthier. Or he goes, if you want to improve priorities and you spend more time on your Xbox than the library, he goes, I'm going to believe the Xbox. So he goes, let's uproot these sabotaging, these bad behaviors, and plant new, positive, healthy ones in its place. So you first need awareness. You can't fix something that you're not aware of. 2, you need to write it down so that it gets in you, not just in your brain, but like you physically can see it. You're going to write down a goal or a couple goals you want to truly achieve and all of the things you feel like sabotage you. Because as you do that and as you have an awareness, you'll start finding yourself catching those bad habits throughout the day. And tomorrow we're going to go through, he identifies, I think it's 5 strategies for eliminating bad habits. We're going to do that tomorrow. So we'll go through 5 strategies for eliminating bad habits. And I just feel like it's a lot if we go through it today because it is a lot to cover. So plus that ends chapter 3. So first, it's awareness. Second of all, it's writing it down, right? And then we'll dive into what it actually looks like to dominate those bad habits and then create some good ones. Awareness, awareness, awareness. That was our family word for an entire year as we were just talking to our girls, whether it was awareness on themselves or awareness with anybody else around them. And as soon as you have it, you're going to go, oh my goodness. You might find yourself grabbing something that you wouldn't want to grab, something that doesn't align with your goals, going to do something or making an excuse, and you're going to go, I don't have to do that. I have awareness. And then you can celebrate yourself and make the better choice. So this is the book that we're going through. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, uprooting bad and implant the good. Anna says, uprooting the bad, implanting the good. That's what we're going to work on. I'm going to give you those 5 strategies that the book talks about tomorrow. You can always send me a message. You can ask questions below. I feel like some of you need to hear this quote one more time, and it is, don't see something worse than it is. There comes a point in time where you can just look at yourself and beat yourself up, and you can get so frustrated that you just don't want to do anything. But if I'm looking at your life from my perspective, right, I'm probably going to say, listen, it's not that bad. Don't see something worse than it is. You take 100% ownership of where you're at today, and you can move forward by the choices and the awareness that you have. It's not going to be easy, and there are going to be days that you slip up. The only way you fail is if you quit, right? Stop overthinking it. Yep. And you're going to move forward in having the awareness of like, who do I want to become? What does my future self look like? And what would my future self decide to do today? What choices would I make or not make? What are the things that I would do and not do? And you just take every day as it comes, right? Every day you make choices. And every day you get to go, yes or no, yes or no. So super good. Thank you for tuning in. can always go to ketomomsecrets.com. Reach out with questions. I hope you have a wonderful morning, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.